I'm gonna throw a hot take out there, okay?
Sure.
And
Oh,
hold your
boy. I'm
horses,
ready.
everyone. Which is,
Oh no.
Wusa has been as effective as Shizuka tonight. So
I agree.
that's another
No,
one
I
in the
agree.
running for the MVP. Has been super strong, and that pairing of Wusa Gani even stronger. Really, really good synergy between them. So yeah, those are very
Yeah, like
interesting
this
units.
trio.
If you guys have them
this
home,
trio-
rune them.
Yeah, this trio that TARS picked in the beginning there with
man.
the Wusa Gani and the Chiwu, that's, for me, those are the 3 MVPs right there.
Yeah, very, very strong. And I can see a less pick, something else to counter this Jameer. He could really take this home. If we don't see like Leo Verd right here, you know, on TARS, I love the Pater.
Oh.
I did not. Oh my God, the double Druid slapping in the face. Now everything changes, right? So the Juno's a solid pick, but you got to take that Pater out, right?
I think you do have to take the Pater out. But so Pater signals that he's letting the Chiwu through, and then the Volantis ban, he knew that his Juno was going to get banned out.
But this is crazy. Even with the reset, you have Jameer that can't be reset and can give the cooldown back. So how long can you keep these attack bar reduction coming? Like, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting match.
This is going to be a very interesting match, and sadly, I think this is also going to be a long match as well. We're in for a ride, guys. We're in for a ride here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of damage being presented, to be honest, so this is going to take a little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
A lot of poke damage coming out.
I don't know why he
Of course, the
didn't
cleansing
reset the Pater. Yeah, I'm interested in the explanation of what's going on.
Out
right
of all
now.
one Taz wanted to see right there. Missing a skill 2 strip there, sleep onto the Jameer, of course, and big skill 2. I think removing Jameer from the field is very, very important for Taz, and we'll see what happens. Because I think Wusa will be the unit to do that.
The targeting is very good. You can... he throws... very interesting. Getting the shield, but not putting the revive on the Jameer. He's probably going to save that to bring it back, because he's like, oh, that's going to die anyways. I don't know. Does he have enough damage to withstand this for a little bit more?
Man, it's just going to be a ton of poke damage right now.
Yeah.
You can see he really wants to get rid of this Jameer as soon as possible. He's got that second skill up once again, so there it is. Nice additional turn, though, with the Jameer. A little bit of damage. See how he's using his skills? Even though he knows immunity and shields are up there, he's still using his skills because he's got all the time in the world to go. Well, Jameer doesn't have a ton of time right now because there's not a lot of sustain there for Papita. But he is using his skills no matter what.
Yeah, skill 2, no, try to go for the stun. Nothing can happen with a Hathor yet. The skill 3 that was ventilated didn't do much. I just don't know. I think he rushed a little bit with the skill 3 from Jameer, because now when he revives the Jameer, because Jameer is going to eventually die, he won't have a way to give back the skill to Shizuka and then continue doing it again. So you got to put the revive. Yeah, luckily it didn't get killed right there, but now it will die twice.
Yeah, but there's the skill 2. Skill 2 should have been enough to kill it.
Yeah.
I think he was hoping that he was going to proc there and get that kill with the second skill. But I mean, it's still going for the third skill's got to have value here, no matter what.
Yeah, Hathor can strip, same way, gets it. The Gani doesn't even need to do anything right here. You can go safe and even ventilate. Yeah,
I was going to say, you ventilate the Wusa. Great additional turns, man. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Such an impactful unit to violent proc with. But yeah, you ventilate back into the Wusa, so the Wusa's got more preparation to keep your team safe as well. Especially
yeah, now you have the strip.
He had the second skill up already.
The Jameer is dead. Yeah, Jameer was a little bit squishy right here. Took a lot of punishment from the Wusa, and the Pater staying in the Druid form and not hitting super hard. As we know, Pater is a unit that, as the game goes on, it becomes weaker when compared to his brothers, like Tyrannus, that is defense-based and starts hitting harder and harder. So the efficiency is going down, and now the Ganithor is starting to really hurt. TARS said, I kind of risked it all in the other matches. I'm going to play with something very safe that I'm used to.
Yep, definitely. This is a very, very safe comp from Taz. Honestly, when I saw the Gani Hathor coming out for TARS, I'm like, yeah, of course, we're in for a long one, and it's going to be the long one that's probably going to work in Taz's favor. If he's drafting it, it's probably really tightly tuned and well drafted here. So that's kind of what's happening right now. It's tough for Peter to get this. I think Peter just needed like additional turns to pop out there and opportunities to take advantage of your opponent. But I also don't like that Peter wasn't using his skills. Well, I mean, he did because he was doing this with the Jemire, but we had opportunities where Patter could have taken advantage of this. So I think that is something that can happen a little bit more.
And I saw a couple people from chat asking questions about the balance patch and the Dark Druid. Just to explain to people, he did not lose his ability to wake up. As you saw, he just woke up from an inability effect. What changed is that he used to get his attack bar increased by 20% when you get inability effects, but now it increases the attack bar by 20% when beneficial effects get removed. So when they're cleansed. So very, very interesting change, adding a little bit more to it. So a significant buff, right? You would say, Stoic?
Yeah, definitely a significant buff. And obviously, like, the reasoning behind Pata even being drafted here, it's because there's a Chiwu, it's because there's a skill 2 with Hathor here. These are all reasons to bring the Pata to the field. And congratulations, Taz, on finally winning that first match.
He took it very safe.
Got the win.
Very safe. Yeah, he went with a super classic control comp, right? Like, Ganithor's been with us since, like, 2017, thereabouts, you know?
Yeah. The question is right now, is he going to let it through again? You know, he saw what Ganithor can do in 2023. So are you going to let that through again? I never let it through unless I know that something's dying turn 1, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like staring down the barrel of a loaded Ganithor. I think that's kind of scary to me, and, like, especially, you know, hanging on for dear life there wasn't a whole lot of threat to even capitalize on a window where your whole team's awake there, Stoic, you know? So I don't know. I think I need to see something very different come out of Peter, and maybe just a different pick ban philosophy even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen from Peter's drafting before, I believe Peter was into the Nana and I'm pretty sure Peter was Nana and Ragdoll and Dak Onimusha. So I don't know if that's the kind of bread and butter you bring up against Taz, because we know Taz to be very, very fast. And then clearly showing a well-tuned Gani Hathor in his arsenal as well. So let's see what happens. I think we might see like an Oliver claiming that turn 1 already. And he did this last time, and it didn't work out for him. The Tian Lang first pick.
Oh, the first pick Tian Lang. Yeah, you're right.
Interestingly, right, I was going to say a player, when you're playing against someone that you know has a Pater, they have a Ragdoll, and that's not coming out. Ragdoll Pater Leo would have been super strong against that Ganithor comp, and now he's playing into the turn 1 from TARS. I don't know. I just think he's choosing kind of like a game strat that is not as reliable, you know? Stealing the Chiwu, great, but you're going to fight runes against the world champ, you know? It's kind of a little bit dangerous.
Yep. Anybody that has a Volantis, they're always drafting that Juno as well. So it's no surprise to see these two being drafted right after. But like to go back to Taz's draft here, just look how good his draft would look if he already had a Water Ryu as a first pick and not a Tian Lang, where he goes Water Ryu Sekhmet, having an opportunity to bring in maybe that Miles right next to the Sekhmet, and then like 2 last picks. I feel like there's a lot of picks and a lot of units inside Taz's box that he'd much rather bring than technically like a Rakuni and Fire Monkey King. He could have had way more units to bring. Well, one more unit to bring if he didn't bring that Tian Lang in the first place.
I actually really like the triple fire into this comp. It's going to be interesting to see what he'll bring. I don't know if the Riley is it. I would love a change. I think, something that heals but gives a little bit more damage. It's a force ban. I really like the ban either way. The Fire Monkey is going to be a big problem right here. There's no Lagmaron on this side, my friend.
Yeah, interesting ban on the Tian Lang. I didn't think Tian Lang needed to go there, but obviously maybe it was just the consistency of the unit in the first place, because people who force a Tian Lang doesn't necessarily mean it's a horrible pick there. I think Taz's team could have been just a little bit more tuned if he didn't have that unit, but hey, he saw threaten it and removed it from the field.
Yeah, great reduction, and misses the strip right there, gets nothing reduced on the fire units, no death break. This is a very interesting moment. You can protect right here, giving your turn back to yourself and cleansing the Water Ryu, which I think is the right call. Great job. And now the Fire Monkey just needs to rotate out of this glancing and start chipping away getting rid of everything of that one by one. The Chungpong, then the Chiwu looks pretty, you know, squishy, and then the last two are going to be Juno and Volantis, which are going to be super interesting, and he's still trying to get rid of this more, and the Rakuni with a very big proc. Yeah.
Man,
either way, this
Fire Monkey doing
right
so much damage, though. It's great. Like, you think that glancing would have been enough to limit the damage from this Fire Monkey, and he was just slamming on that Chungpong. There was nothing he could do about it. And dang, man, what a crazy monkey.
Yeah, I really like the draft. I think once again he went very safe. You know, the team on Peter's side lacks a lot of damage, especially against a Rakuni and a Fire Monkey. Like, even if you kill them more, how do you get rid of this Fire Monkey right now? Yeah. There's the only death break was a wind death break. That's very unreliable. As a control player myself, I can tell you, Chungpong is 50%, 75% chance of applying those debuffs against fire units. Yeah. Very rough.
Yeah, that is
very
insane. Rough. Well played for Taz. Well drafted. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of that Tian Lang, well, he proved me wrong, and that is